coastal zone management, we ready? Good. Coastal zone management for October the 3rd. And if you'll rise, we'll begin with an invocation and a pledge. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day and the opportunity to be here together to work on the business of our parish. Keep us mindful of your presence as we undertake our meeting today. And this we ask in your Son's name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. All right, Vicki, you want to technically get the roll recorded
Bernie
here?
Babin. Here. Bobby Bortel. Here. Matt Benoit. Jeff Duddy. Here. Jane Rogers. Here. Barry Studier. Vicki Thomas.
Thank you.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Vicki. Our first order of business are minutes, and I see that Bobby makes a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting, second by Jan.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next order of business, Mr. Black, if you would, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As soon as Vicki loads it up, we're going to deal with local concerns. And the first one, Mr. Linda Plantis, this is one very similar to something he submitted a couple years ago, basically the same location. I think he's reduced his footprint to avoid the impacts to, most of the impacts to bottomland hardwoods. However, it's on Klondike Road, 199. I have to contact him because I am not certain at all. I'm not sure the footprint of what he wants to do. He submitted this as the access pad with 4 inches of gravel. Now that's apparently for a camper or something like that. So it's basically residential and it's exempt from mitigation, but now he's got a culvert from the road into the property, and I don't know exactly the distance. It's kind of, I'm not clear about that at all.
Are these his maps he drew?
Somebody drew them, yeah.
Why would the culvert go into the property?
You know, Jan,
I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about exactly where he
Wants to
wants
be
to
across
site
that.
this on the property. So tomorrow, I'm going to call, but my recommendation is hold it. You hold it over to the next meeting. I need to call the guy and see exactly what he's doing, try to clarify it. I may have to go back out and do some more investigation on the site. But anyway, that's the situation with that. So I got it at a minimum. I may have to do some additional field work for the WVA, but just hold it over to the next meeting if you don't mind.
All right, is
I
there,
propose
Ernie?
we hold over to the meeting, next meeting to get further details. And seconded it, but I will second.
Second by Bobby. Discussion? All in favor? Is anyone opposed? All right, Mr. Black, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next one is J.J. Aber Holdings. They proposing to do some fill on a property that's at 7789 Highway 56 in Chauvin. It is upland. He just needs to bring some fill in. This is the site. I mean, it's upland. And this has no direct or significant impact on anything, so I'm recommending an NDSI for this site.
Looks like it's already got shells on it, limestone or something.
I'm fine with that. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Jeff, and second by Jan. Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? There you go. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item, Mickey Lejeune Senior proposing to drive pilings for the construction of boat lift and shed in Miners Canal. I think it's not Miners Canal so much. It's a man-made canal right there. Well, they call it Miners Canal, but I think they got in their subdivision regulations, the bulkheads are already permitted. as part of the subdivision. So they had to put a bulkhead. So now what he wants to do is go drive some pilings out there so he can build a boat shed. And that's basically what he wants to do. Again, that's his distance between pilings. There's no direct or significant impact here with this particular proposal, so that's what I'm recommending.
That's waterproof right there, is where you're at. So
Yeah.
That is minor canal,
Yeah,
so
that's
everybody
waterproof.
has
Everybody's got a
boat
boat
shed
shed.
that's like that.
Yeah, just about.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right. Jeff, second by Bobby. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, Mr. Black.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. No state concerns, and there were no consistency determinations, so
Very good.
that's it.
On this project subcommittee, Ernie.
Subcommittee did not meet in September and to be announced in the next meeting whenever a matter arises.
Very good. Back to you, Mr. Black.
Thank you, sir. In going through the director's report, it's a little lean. Turn to page 2 on the projects and engineering, this Bayocracy Marsh Creation and Ridge Restoration. It's actually TE 156 and TE 166. The 95% design milestone is proceeding for both of these projects with the review meeting expected on October 11th. The project manager told me there may be some land rights issues with ConocoPhillips and Apache that could prevent CPRA from requesting the Phase 2 construction funding in January, but I'm sure they're working through that. Todd Baker had been handling that, but it's now the new CPRA project manager is Michaela Connor. Further down on the page, the Raccoon Island restoration is TE 163, a NERDA project. The kickoff meeting is planned for early October. I haven't been noticed about that. It's a NOAA-led project, probably 3 years in engineering and design before it's ready for construction in September 2027. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing for that because Raccoon Island is rock, segmented rock barriers. So I don't know if they're just refurbishing the rocks, raising them up, those that they've done that before. Anyway, Renee Bennett is the project manager. On the Bayou du Large Ridge and Marsh Creation, TE 170, they expect construction to start in late 2024. Bid date expected mid to late 2024. Travis Moore is the new CPRA project manager. There's been a shakeup at CPRA for some reason, so a lot of people are taking on more responsibility and some are taking on less, apparently. The on page 4, the Restore funded project at Fletcher for the Coastal Workforce Development Program. We're about to restart that program later this month. We got some things to work through, but I'm prepared to go teach one of the classes on a pro bono basis. The HNC deepening study, there was an agreement signed between the Corps and DOTD as the local sponsor with the Port of Terrebonne that will result in the deepening of the HNC to 20 feet for its entire length. That is good news. Very good news. Sure, Bobby, everybody that's got boats they're building on the HNC be very happy about that.
Is there any time frame on this?
I don't have that information, Bobby. Who's gonna do the work? Well, the Corps is either gonna do it or they're gonna hire a contractor to do it. If they hire a contractor, I think it'll go faster, but I don't know when it's gonna start. And of course, DOTD is the local sponsor, so it's gotta come up with the match. Now, what David Robillay is gonna do, I don't know. Cheer him on, but in any case, that's good news.
Yep.
because they gotta dredge it deeper than 20 feet. You know, it'll be 20-foot navigable, but actually it'll be
23,
at least.
but that's been 40+ years.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
a long
making.
time in coming, yeah.
So when they get out to the island, they figured out what to do by Cat Island over there? I mean,
Whether they're gonna rock it or
yeah,
not.
where they're gonna rock it and make
I
it
don't
straight?
know. That's
I don't
been
know either.
discussed too, but
'Cause
I don't
it keeps filling in.
know anything definitive on that. Bottom of page 4, the Terrebonne Basin Ridge and Marsh Creation at TE 139. Again, the whole bid package is being held up by land rights agreements, ConocoPhillips. There is some movement with Abear Farm and Land, however, one of the owners, Brandon Abear, is buying out everybody else involved in that. And he intends to sign the servitudes necessary once the acquisition is complete, but still got to deal with ConocoPhillips and Apache, who apparently are waiting for the next governor before they decide what they're gonna do.
Carbon rights.
Yeah. You know, this project is seriously behind, because it was supposed to go to bid in December of 2022.
And it's much needed.
On projects headed to closeout, we've been trying to close out this Bayou Little Caillou flood risk reduction. That's the conveyance channel and pump stations now for, seems like it's going on 2 years. And as a little glitch just showed up that Candace, our CFO, and I are going to have to work out with Treasury. It's this is an accounting issue. I can't deal with it. It's beyond me. Candace has been tied up with the budget, getting all that to the council, which has been done, so she's gonna have some time to deal with this. That's gonna put, once we get that settled and closed out, that's an additional $350,000 that'll be put in our Restore Act direct component account, which, that's good. We'll have some money to, maybe for the next parish president to fool with. Let's see, page 6, the bottom of the page, the Bayou, Karen Crow Bayou diversion. They're still working on the final cost and the WVA benefits that was supposed to have been done. This project will be presented, hopefully, at the December 14th QIPRA Technical Committee meeting. And hopefully this project will be selected for E&D. I intend to be there at that meeting to talk in favor of this project. Not that it'll do any good because I don't get to vote there, but we'll see what happens. All right, coastal use permits, month of September, we had a total of 14 permits collected, 11,700. For the year, it's 54,500. So we're doing better. All right, the resolutions, ordinances, the borrow pit ordinance is on hold. Not because I wanted to, but because I was directed to put it on hold. But we'll see what happens with it. I think they've got on hold. Not moving anywhere. It's not
From
going
the
to be.
commission?
Pardon?
From a-
Someone well above my
Yeah.
pay grade. Okay.
To the next.
So I'm not going there. But anyway, we had some field inspections, the one on Highway 56, the one on Klondike. Yeah, that, I told you, that had been submitted before. And I had gone out there and tried to collect the information for the WVA. And the guy was looking at some probably 0.8 of an acre of bottomland hardwood, which was not going to be cheap. But anyway, it's going to be a little less than that, but I'm not sure how much acreage is impacted at this time. Meetings attended, upcoming meetings. I think the upcoming meetings in October. we've got a meeting on the 5th, right? With Mark Hogan and Sarah Krupa from the Office of Coastal Management, DNR. There's been a little shakeup over there. John Truxillo retired. So there's some new people. And so Hogan and Krupa, I know them, and so they're going to meet with us. On the 9th, we start the Coastal Workforce Development class in the evening, which I'm glad that it's in the evening. I'll be at a conference in Alexandria the 11th through the 13th. The 17th is the Hollywood Road Extension Bridge update meeting at GIS. That project is coming along very nicely and very quickly. I'm not sure where the CPRA meeting is going to be held on the 18th. Then we've got some EPA personnel coming in to meet with us about PPL 34 on the 23rd. I think they're looking to get an idea of what we need, and of course, I'm going to direct them as much as possible to the east. If they could do something with that to begin to build that land bridge, which is in the master plan, I think that would be very helpful for us in the long run.
Let's just say that's at least good that the EPA is actually coming to talk to you
Yeah, and
beforehand.
and
'Cause that didn't how it used to be, so they
well,
have getting
EPA
better.
no, but NRCS usually did, and
Mhm.
the Fish and Wildlife, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service people usually did.
EPA
So-
would just send a letter of objection to whatever project we were proposing to Quipper.
Yeah.
The next BetNet Management
been better
Conference meeting
recently.
is November 9th, and it's gonna be at NSU at Nichols. We've got a Vicky, our quarterly report, yeah, to OCM, you sent that to accounting? Okay, we're gonna get that out on time. Let's do this month. The next thing I gotta do this month is the project performance reporting and the federal financial aid reporting. It's due by the end of October on everything we're funding with Restore dollars. So, that's it, Mr. Chairman. Any questions?
I don't believe so. We'll move on. There's no one out there in the public. Of course, it is October and the Rougarou Fest is coming, so maybe there's an invisible man out there, but it looks like it's just us. So we'll skip with public comment and move on to committee member comments. So we'll start with Jan. Ernie?
No, it's just disappointed. ConocoPhillips and everything waiting on the at Bayou Terrebonne, holding up Bayou Terrebonne. We got Abear Farms.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's some movement on that one.
So,
It's the other one, we're gonna have to wait until the new governor comes in and Apache and ConocoPhillips.
they'll work it out because I know it's in their best interest to get land there.
I can tell you, it's all about the credits. States wants the credit, but it's not their property, and ConocoPhillips wants the credit because it's their property. And Apache's with them too.
Anything else, Ernie?
That's it.
That's it, Bobby?
Boudreaux Canal Bridge, I think is shut down. Robinson Canal Bridge.
Yes.
No, it was supposed to be like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what the sign said when I passed there Friday.
I think it's November 1st.
I heard November 1st.
They had October 2nd. That's gonna be closed for what, 6 to 9 months? To go to Cocodrie from down that way, you gotta go all the way around.
To do that.
You know, they were supposed to put a temporary bridge in there.
But not,
Seen them other temporary
There's a lot of
bridges.
discussion about, there's a certain type of bridge you can put in very quickly. Now, what it's gonna
Barge.
do,
barge
it's
bridge.
gonna
you
make
can
it
put
kind of difficult for boat traffic, you know, to get in and out, but it can happen. I think the levee district is thinking about doing something like that on Bayou Terrebonne to get dirt to the core on the other side of Bayou Terrebonne. On a forget the name of it. It's a certain type of bridge, but you can, it floats and you can also open it for marine traffic. We'll see what it is. Huh? Kind of, but it's there's a name for it. There's like a proprietary name for it. I forget what it is. Flex something, maybe? Flexi float, I think that's it. Yeah.
What's that stuff they spray on the boat that
Flex
tapes it?
seal.
Flex seal, man, they can use flex
Same
seal.
company.
Yeah, it's,
Hey,
it's basically barges you pin together.
yeah. Yeah, but.
Yeah, you
but
can do that.
We put
But
excavators.
I hadn't been to Cocodrie in probably 10 years, and I went down there Friday, and it was nice, and I was thinking of going back, but if I gotta go 50 miles to get there, it's gonna be,
Easier to get there by
Why
boat.
can't, why can't that bridge, you know, when you think about it, I know Sea Level requested to speed up the Hollywood Road Extension Bridge, do it quicker.
Kids, how they going to school?
They,
yeah.
Why can't they do something like that?
They're
Give
doing
them,
it-
give them a bonus if you can knock that bridge out in a hurry.
yeah, let me tell you something, sea level is knocking that bridge out. Not that they requested to speed it up.
No,
They're
I
just-
heard-
They're just
I heard
knocking
that,
it
I
out.
heard that they had requested to work,
Oh, yeah, they did to work, yeah. on
You don't get-
weekends, that kind of thing.
You don't get
whatever reason.
better weather than we've been having.
well,
You
I mean,
know it's
they
gonna
can't
rain,
gripe
too.
about the weather.
No, I think they've lost maybe
We're so due.
half a day or something. Or
Yeah,
one
that's what I'm
day
saying.
To weather.
Just
So,
like
I
the
mean, they
bridge in
wanna
Berg.
get this thing done.
But I mean, put that in the clause and say, look,
You know that was gonna
you
be shut
said
down?
you were gonna build it in 9 months, build it in 6 and we'll bump you.
You know
remember
what
talking
kind
about
of,
that. I
I
hadn't been
find
there.
kind of interesting
I
is
just,
that the owner.
Everybody
of
needs
the
to know
dilemma.
arena
to go down it. There's no
what I'm
signs until
talking
you get
about.
to the bridge.
Got a lot of stroke.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, I saw,
I didn't see any.
I don't think he's weighed in yet.
saw warnings on.
It's time for him to hurry up and weigh in.
He ought to weigh in pretty
Warning you right
soon. 'Cause I think
Well,
he
they
can
had
make
a
some
sign
things
on it,
happen.
that said it was gonna be
Yeah,
Oh, well,
yesterday. That's all I had.
that's it. Jeff?
That's-
I'm good.
Yeah, just looking at the Raccoon Island project, they're gonna spend 3 years in engineering and design, and then the engineering and design will be obsolete, because in 3 years, everything will have changed, and they'll have to go back to engineering and design, but that's the life we live. All right, our next meeting is November the 7th, should be in this room. Is there any other business to come before us?
Move.
Motion to adjourn by Jan, second by Bob.
He got you?
Well, he made a motion that the meeting.
All in
would
favor?
be-
Do it.
All right, Marta, I just got one question.